I'm excited to bring you this video today because today I want to show you step by step how you can put positivity to work for you in your everyday life. Hi, my name's Christine L. Conroy. Welcome to Happy Stuff and Fluff, a channel for women who are getting happy, living longer and growing younger. Yes, we're getting happy. Now, if you've been watching my channel for a while, or if you've read anything I've written, you'll know what my definition of happiness is. Yes, that was exactly right. Exactly right. Yes. It's a definition that it's one of the definitions of happiness through positive psychology, but it's my favourite, and it's the one I use when I'm public speaking, as I say, when I'm writing, or when I talk about happiness. This is how I explain it. It's a concrete definition and one that we can work with and understand, and it's this. So happiness is living a flourishing and fulfilling life, experiencing positive emotions most of the time. Yes, only most of the time. We talked last week about toxic positivity and forced positivity. We can't be positive all the time. We'd be insane. Although some of us are quite close. So negative emotions are important to us. We've talked about this before. So that definition then, living a flourishing and fulfilling life, experiencing positive emotions most of the time, is one of the reasons why it's worth your effort to cultivate positivity. Yes, I'm going to talk about how to do it. The thing is, in positive psychology, well, let's just put it this way. Lots of people will read or will watch motivational videos. Obviously, nobody who watches this channel, but some people do this. They watch motivational channels or inspirational channels. They buy books about it, and they might think about personal growth and so on, and they'll think, oh, that's a great idea. But then the book goes on the shelf and the ideas stay there. They're not put into practice in their everyday life, which is such a tragedy. This is why we call it shelf life, because that's where shelf help, because that's where the ideas stay. I am desperate that that does not happen with you, because everything that we talk about in positive psychology is backed by science, and we know these ideas work. But actually, more than that, for me, I never suggest or talk about or describe anything to you on this channel that I haven't done myself and know that it works. And that's how this video came about. That's one of the reasons I wanted to do this video. So last week I had a couple of rough days. I'm grieving my daughter, and I struggled on two days or so last week, but I stayed with it. I wanted to be with Charlotte on those days. I didn't want to come out into the world and put a brave face on. I wanted to be with Charlotte on those days, and I allowed myself that time. Of course, the danger is actually staying there. It's funny, isn't it? You notice how, in terms of body language, when I talk about grieving and Charlotte, I'm kind of almost curling up into a ball. That kind of posture, I could talk about, I guess. It never occurred to me. But yeah, so I know that can't go on for long, and so I have in my arsenal, in my positive psychology toolbox, I have things there that I know I can use that are going to help me in that situation, and this is what I wanted to talk to you about. Before I get into the steps, there's not many steps and they're simple. I want to remind you of, you've probably heard this before, a quotation by Anais Nin that says, we don't see things as they are, we see things as we are. We don't see things as they are, we see them as we are. Now, what's meant by that? A simple example. So I came in and sat down before I started to film, and these, actually I don't know what they are. What are they? excuse my ignorance, they're not flowers, are they? But they bring me joy. I think they're absolutely lovely, and straight away then I have this positive emotion of beauty and joy and pleasure that they gave me. Now let's just say Mr. Kitchen, as many of you know, works across the hallway in his office. Let's say something really stressful has happened at work for him and he comes in here to talk to me. He can see those, or he looks at them, but he doesn't actually see them. He doesn't see them. We can both be looking at them. He doesn't see them because he's got all of this this stress and this negativity within him because of this thing at work. He doesn't even see them, let alone appreciate their beauty. Now, so we see things as we are in the moment. So Mr. Kitchen could well come in later on this afternoon when, let's say, he's more of himself, shall we say, and he might notice them and appreciate the beauty of them then. So he's not seeing them as their beauty, he isn't even seeing them at all, is the point I'm trying to make. Now, I spent 10 minutes meditating before I came in and sat down here today, and so that clearly would help me to see those and be able to see the beauty in them. You see where I'm going with it? Bear that in mind when I talk about the next things I'm going to say. Because step one, what I want you to do, and I want you to do this tomorrow morning. Just try it for one day. Just one day, tomorrow morning. But you'll have to start tonight because I did a video called, I think it was called Happy Morning. I'll leave the link here, where I talked about actually setting your bedroom up so that you will wake up happy the next day. If you remember, if you did see it, when I opened my eyes, and this happened, this was in the apartment, but I've done it here because it works so well. The first thing I see is this painting. It's colourful, it's bright, it's positive. It fills me with joy just looking at it. But it was painted by my grandson, helped by my son. So added to the beauty of the picture is this lovely emotion about my grandson and my son having painted this together for me. So straight away when I open my eyes I see this and it makes me happy. And then there are other things that I've set up around the bedroom, things that wake me up in the morning. Remember I told you about the bird sound, the bird song that wakes me up in the morning. It's things like that. Watch the film and you'll know what I'm talking about. But then you wake up in a positive start off your day in a positive way. Now, lots of people who don't do these things, so for example, the minute they may not have even opened their eyes are closed and they are remembering something bad that happened yesterday, they are thinking about something that might be difficult that they have to do today, so they're feeling negative about the past, they're feeling negative about the future, already they feel heavy. And then they reach out for their phone because it might ping and it might be an email and it might be something someone's asking you to do today, and then you think, oh, I've got to do that today, and then you forget that and have a quick look through Facebook and see what a wonderful life everybody else is having, and you think, oh, I'm such a failure, and then, oh, and I've got to do that, and then you put the phone down and you are heavily getting out of bed and heavily going to the bathroom to brush your teeth in this kind of negative non-state, and that sets the tone for the rest of your day. How many times have you heard people say, you may have said it yourself, where they say, oh, my car wouldn't start this morning, and then when I got to such a road, the traffic was so bad, I was sitting there for ages, and then the day just got worse and worse, and they end up having a really bad day. Your partner may have said that when he came in. You may have said that to them when you come in from work. That's how that happens. So what we have to try to do is set yourself up so that you have the best possible chance of having a positive day, and you're in control of this. You can do this. This is called living consciously, living intentionally, and not just living by default and letting everything else happen to you that brings you down. I'm only excited about it because it's simple things that you can do that I know are going to help you. So set up your bedroom tonight so that tomorrow you'll wake up and smile when you wake up. But before you get out of bed, I want you to talk to yourself in bed. I want you to ask yourself, what kind of person do I want to be today? What kind of behaviour do I want to display? How do I want to feel? So it might be, I want to feel relaxed today. I want to feel confident. I want to go into that meeting at 10:30 this morning, prepared and confident. And I want to bring my best possible self to that meeting. Now, it may be the laundry. You may have retired. You might be going to play golf. You might be, whatever it is you're doing. This is how I want you to approach it. You think about it beforehand. Think about who you want to be today. I want to be today my best possible self. Relaxed, confident, capable, and positive. Right? Now, it's taken me a long time to tell you this. It's going to take you seconds to do before you even get out of bed. Because then what I want you to do is think about in chunks what's happening to you today, the events that are happening to you. And I want you to ask for each one of those events, what's the best possible outcome for me in that situation? So the meeting at 10:30. When I come out of that meeting and it's been a successful meeting for me, what does it mean to me? What would it mean to get the best possible outcome for that meeting? That's all I want you to do. Have that idea in your mind of what the best possible outcome would be and approach that meeting thinking about the best possible outcome. Then you might be going to lunch with a friend. What's the best possible outcome for that lunch meeting with your friend? You reminisce, you have some fun, you have a lovely meal, you really enjoy her company, you have a great lunch, and then you go back to work. That's the best possible outcome there. Have those thoughts in your mind and consciously keep them there. Now, when this gets advanced, even when the phone rings in your office and you don't know who it is, and you pick the phone up and the voice says hello, and immediately you know who it is and you know that what they want. You say to the person, oh, hi, can you just hang on a sec? And just a few seconds, right, this is what this person wants. What's the best possible outcome for me? Oh, hi. And then go back to the phone call. It sounds ridiculous. It isn't. If you take a phone call with, in your conscious mind, the best possible outcome of that conversation for you, that's how you approach the call. Okay, but that's another for another time. This is for waking up in the morning. So you've gone through your mind how you want to feel today, who you want to show up as, what you get to do today. Split it into events and think about each one of those events just quickly. What would be the best possible outcome for me of that event? Now, you need to stay conscious because let's say you chunk it into the morning and the afternoon, whatever's happening today. At lunchtime, go over the events that you have coming up in the afternoon. What's the best possible outcome I want for those meetings? Then you can get out of bed. Then you can get out of bed. I'm telling you, it will change your world. Now, go in the bathroom, get yourself ready. You're thinking about all of these things you've been thinking in bed. Do not read the news. Do not put the radio on. When you go to work in the car, put music on, rousing music that you enjoy. Do not listen to the news at that point. You need to stay focused on how you are showing up today and what the best possible outcomes of each event are going to be for you today. That's it. That's it. A caveat. A caveat. Okay, things may alter, things may change, things may actually go wrong over the course of the day. But if you approach your day with this mindset, you have far more chance of getting what you want out of the day and coming home feeling positive than you would if you didn't. Positive emotions, they broaden and build and help you to be more creative. I'm going to talk about broadening and building next week because it is vital to you and your happiness. Happiness is experiencing positive emotions most of the time. This is the way of doing it. This is a way of doing it. Incidentally, being positive has been shown, I'll leave the link down below, people who are more positive live up to 10 years longer. So when I talk about getting happy, living longer, this is what we're talking about. Okay, tell me what you think in the comments box below. Do this tomorrow and email me. Email me, or wait until you've done it tomorrow and then come back and tell us in the comments box what happened, how you felt. I can't wait to hear. I promise you, if you do this intentionally and consciously, you will be getting happy, living longer and growing younger. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.